Good, happy Sunday evening, March 1st, 2020. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Sunday evening edition of Good Evening, New Hampshire. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this broadcast of Good Evening, New Hampshire, where we have a little bit of everything for you in the program. We're going to start off with your news. We're going to kick it off with local news. In local news, hundreds pay respect to Air Force captain from Hudson killed in Afghanistan plane crash. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Jessica Moran.
New Hampshire, your road to higher education.
We're constantly hiring and looking to add great talent to our team. Franklin Pierce classes were small, and the curriculum included real-world scenarios, which helped prepare me for the workforce. I'm planning to transfer to SNHU, where I'm going to continue my communication degree. I've had great experiences at both UNH and at Mass College of Pharmacy.
Visit WMUR.com.
Family, friends, and members of the general public gathering to support Captain Ryan Phaneuf and his family in Hudson today. The Air Force captain was killed when his plane crashed in Afghanistan last month. Church leaders who watched Captain Phaneuf grow up recall a boy who loved to ring their old-fashioned church bell.
After Mass, people coming out and family greeting them and everything else. The back of the little tower open and Ryan on the chair, yanking that bell for all it was worth.
Captain Phaneuf's best friend and wingman spoke about the ease in which the Hudson native flew.
He then proceeded to wave to me, then with both hands, and then looked like he was reclining back watching a show or a sunset.
Captain Phaneuf graduated from Alvern High School in 2007, where his former junior ROTC instructor says he helped shape the program in its initial years.
I suppose as I look back, ultimately I didn't need any help molding Ryan into a citizen of character. He was already there on the first day.
Governor Sununu spoke about the Air Force captain's sacrifice and addressed his family before presenting them with the New Hampshire Medal of Honor.
Knowing that he was stood here for us day after day after day, a bunch of strangers, and now it's our turn to stand up and stand for you, not just today, but always.
Captain Phaneuf will receive full military honors during a burial service on March 9th at Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia. In Hudson, Jessica Moran, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into national news. In national news, first coronavirus death in U.S. reported. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
Now to the latest on the coronavirus. New cases being reported as it turns deadly in the U.S. for the first time. The person who died, a man from Washington State in his 50s with underlying health conditions. There are now at least 69 cases in the U.S. The states affected, Washington, Oregon, California, and Illinois as well. Now globally, we are up to 87,000 confirmed cases with more than 2,900 deaths. Our team coverage begins with ABC's Kaylee Hartung in Seattle. Good morning, Kaylee.
Good morning, Eva. Just as American health officials reassure us that 80% of coronavirus cases are mild, the CDC is sending a team here to Washington State to help investigate a potential outbreak among the high-risk population at this nursing home. This morning, the first known novel coronavirus death in the U.S., leading Washington's governor to declare a state of emergency. The death occurring in this hospital near Seattle. Overnight, the New York Times reporting researchers now believe COVID-19 has been spreading in Washington State for some 6 weeks.
We are having increasing cases in the United States, and we expect to see increasing cases locally.
The CDC saying the man who died was in his late 50s, a hospital patient with underlying health conditions. He had no known travel abroad.
The COVID-19 situation is rapidly evolving on the global on a global scale, and in Washington, we are starting to see some spread of this virus.
Meanwhile, just a few miles away from that hospital, health officials warning of a potential outbreak at this nursing care facility after 2 people tested positive and dozens more are now showing symptoms and being tested.
And we're in the process of investigating this situation as an outbreak.
All of this coming amid several newly discovered cases in California and Oregon, people who haven't traveled internationally or had close contact with people known to have the virus, leading experts to worry COVID-19 may be spreading through West Coast communities. The Washington case was the first death in the U.S., but he wasn't the first American to die with the virus. In early February, a 60-year-old man died in Wuhan, China. Whit.
All right, Kaylee Hartong for us in Washington State. Appreciate it.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into weather. And weather. Your weather right now is fair, 29 degrees. And here's a look at that hourly forecast for all of you. 7 p.m. clear, 24 degrees. 8 p.m. clear, 23 degrees. 9 p.m. clear, 22 degrees. 10 p.m. clear, 22 degrees. 11 p.m. clear, 21 degrees. And 12 a.m. partly cloudy, 20 degrees. And your weather for tonight, a few passing clouds, low 17 degrees, winds west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And here is a check at your current temperature across New Hampshire right now. Keene, 28 degrees. Jaffrey, 28 degrees. Nashua, 29 degrees. Manchester, 30 degrees. Portsmouth, 28 degrees. Rochester, 26 degrees. Concord, 26 degrees. Laconia, 23 degrees. Lebanon, 27 degrees. Plymouth, 22 degrees. Mount Washington, 0 degrees. Whitefield, 17 degrees. And Berlin, 16 degrees. And here's a look at that next 7-day forecast for all of you. And that is a look at the weather for this evening and for the week ahead. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into sports. The Boston Celtics, they played a game yesterday, and let's take a look at the final score of the game, and they went in overtime yesterday as well. And here's a look at the final score from that game. And Houston Rockets, they won the game yesterday. Boston Celtics did not. Saturday night hockey. Highlights from UNH men in Trinity High School. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Jason King.
New Hampshire, your road to higher education.
At Riviera University, I am studying nursing, and after I am done with my schooling, I plan to become an obstetrics nurse.
SNHU gives me the tools and resources I need to be successful in my career.
I chose Keene State because it's a local college and it's affordable.
St. College basically helped me get the internship opportunities I needed to prepare me for the job I currently have right now.
For information on colleges and universities in New Hampshire, visit WMUR.com.
UNH men's hockey home with number 12 UMass Lowell tonight, still trying to play their way into the Hockey East playoffs. Second period, no score. Riverhawks with a chance. Mike Robinson comes up with a glove save. He made 17 tonight. 4:48 to go in the period. UNH trying to kill off a major penalty, and Sam Knobloch gets the Riverhawks on the board. A power play goal made it 1-0 Lowell after 2 periods. Angus Cruikshank and Patrick Grasso scored goals for New Hampshire in the third, but UMass Lowell got 2 in the third as well. And the Riverhawks win 3-2. The Wildcats close out the regular season with 2 huge games against Boston College next week. UNH 1 point behind Northeastern now. for the 8th and final playoff spot. High school hockey tonight, Trinity hosting Exeter. Exeter in the dark sweaters, and Ty Robinson's going to skate in, score. That tied the game at 2-2 in the third period. But the Pioneers would retake the lead. A.J. True will score on the rebound. They added an empty net goal, and the Pioneers win 4-2. So both those teams finished the regular season with 13 wins in Division 1.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into New Hampshire life. Let's take a look at the event calendar. The stories we tell, 5 p.m. at the St. John's Episcopal Church. Mamma Mia, 5 p.m. at the Palace Theater. An evening with Bruce Orsby and Ya Music, 7 p.m. at the Music Hall. And 8 to the Bear Plays Swing Dance in Leominster, Massachusetts at 7:30 p.m. at Elks Club. And we're going to switch gears now. Let's go into entertainment news. Star Wars actor who played Chewbacca named daughter after Chewbacca. He has a daughter now. He is a father now. Congratulations to him. Let's take a look at the video.
Good Morning America is sponsored by King's Hawaiian Foods. Irresistible since 1950.
All right, it's pop news. Eva, you got it?
Come on. Dan, pop news, whatever it is I do. Okay, so this one's going to get you excited. Chewie is a dad. Actor Jonas Swatmo, the 6'11.5" former basketball player, also known by Star Wars fans as Chewbacca. And
that's what Chewbacca looks like?
Yeah.
There you go.
Settle down, Eva.
We only should.
That's Chewie. He and his right on time, Whit. He and his wife welcomed a daughter.
That was definitely Eva.
It's the couple's
I couldn't tell
second
if that
child.
was Chewie or Cardi B.
There's a different
I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness. Okay, he shared this picture of her, so sweet, lying peacefully in her crib, thanking the hospital, and at the end of the post writing, "Welcome to the world, Princess Baka." Now, some people speculated that Baka was her real name, which would be pretty cool, but the actor clarifying they haven't picked a name yet.
I wonder if his wife would let that happen.
Yeah, Baka.
Keep his job.
All right, the Jonas Brothers are saying...
Okay, and there you go. And that does it for this evening edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. I hope you all enjoyed watching this edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. Have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you back here next time for another edition of Good Evening New Hampshire. Good night and bye, everyone.